We are working on additional self-defense videos, and I conducted research that revealed the statistics on violent attacks. Which grabs happen and at what percentage? Very interesting and eye-opening for sure. I had a second set of techniques filmed, and these dovetail nicely with our earlier training as well. This training should follow the first Ivan self-defense tool training, as there are no duplicates. Also, in this one, we cover a few counters to handguns that you might need. That topic is a little advanced for this level, however, I wanted to discuss the issues. We also have another rear naked choke escape, giving you even more options to counter that life-taking grab. I hope you enjoy.
Welcome back. Here we've got the Ivan. Again, this is how you hold it really secure. And this is we'll show it the whole clip at full speed here. And then we're going to take it apart little bit by little bit to show you the important parts. First off, you have to realize here, we're showing that there's grooves for the finger and the thumb. Go right in there to hold it securely. And then you place the finger through the key ring. In this case, it's the little finger. And there's how you really hold the Ivan keychain securely. Now we're showing we can use the ring finger as well. And we'll start back and see how that holds. Very secure. That's not coming out of your hands. If you were to reverse it so that the points are coming out of your palm, clearly you would be grabbing the key ring with another finger. Here we see it together, and how nicely that fits in your hand and how secure that really is. So here we're going to watch the full clip together here. He's pinning that arm to his hand and he's driving down with the Ivan points into the arm, various different places of the arm, and a great twist. That's something we'll keep our eye out for on the stepwise playback here in just a minute. But you can see that one single arm has lots of opportunities for you to go in and strike twice if need be, twist. Now he changed from the points up to the points down his palm for this particular, and he just immediately again changed for points up. We'll have to take a better look at that later. Here we are. Just notice his left hand is coming down to pin that hand. That's not necessary, but it's a good thing to do if you can. Press it in towards you so they can't get away. And he's now driving down on the top of the forearm, just about 2 to 3 inches below where the elbow is, right smack on where the big part of the muscle is there. Again, pinning that arm, coming up underneath. He's attacking now with points up. Again, right into the bicep, in and twist. Those twists are important. I mean, the strike is bad enough, but then to just take that material and twist it, oh my gosh, lots of pain. Again, pinning that arm. Now we're coming up from below, and we're going to go into the bottom part of the tricep and bicep area. Again, hitting and twisting. And again, now coming to the top, or the side, of the arm, twisting, hitting and twisting. And we'll show that a couple more times just to show you where that's going. And then, now notice down his right hand side, can't quite see it, but he does switch the teeth now to the points coming out the bottom towards your palm, striking at the top of the arm. So he worked himself into a position where he could downward strike like an ice pick hold to the Ivan. Again, driving down, switching again now to the points up, more in a knife position. Again, striking into the forearm and twisting big time. Now let's watch the whole thing at normal speed. You talk about twisting, no matter where you're going to hit, twisting, those points coming up underneath, twisting. Again, capturing that arm, attacking the tricep, bicep area. Tell you, this stops the fight. At least it eliminates one arm, and you haven't killed him. So it's not lethal. It's non-lethal attacks. Boy, it does great damage, and you'll be able to go home tonight. Here's a defense from a single-sided grab, same side grab. As you can see, he's attacking the wrist with a twist, the bicep, tricep area with a stab and a twist, and the stomach, that's new. In it goes. That hurts like heck. And then he's reversed it so the points are down the palm, twisting into the back of the hand. Now, let's take a look at this piecewise. As he comes across, he's hitting the wrist. If that was all you did, that could work too. End of sentence. They're not going to be doing anything, but that twist really helps to create a more damaged area. There you go. He's hitting into the tricep and the bicep area with a twist, tearing that arm up. And into the stomach, same concept, stab and twist, which is really important. The stabbing will probably do it. The twist really is insurance. It just rips it apart. Now, interesting, coming down from the top. So he's switched the teeth into the down position, down the palm. How'd he do that? That makes a twist. Now you see he's holding the entire Ivan in his fingers, in his palm. Keys, ring, everything in his palm. Not over a finger on that one. And we'll see it at regular speed again. Strike and twist the wrist. Strike and twist on the bicep, tricep area. It doesn't matter if you twist one way or the other. It doesn't matter. 180 twist. That's all you need to do. Slamming down on the top. Make the twist. You're done. You're going home. Here we're going to start against the famous knee, grab, get grabbed, and have them knee you, which I never really worried much about, but you saw we have a downward and an upward point response to this type of attack. We're going to take it piecewise here. First, you'll notice he blocks the knee away from the target, hand palm down, and then he strikes to the inside of the thigh of the leg. And he'll twist, and there you go. That's a very threatening strike, by the way. You can hit a femoral artery. It's all over. Now he comes back, and notice him changing his points from up to down by just pulling them off the ring finger and grabbing the entire set of the Ivan and the ring and the keys in his hand. And he blocks that knee again, striking down on the top of the thigh and making the twist and turn. Now that's pretty bad. It won't hit a femoral artery, but that's pretty bad. That's going to end that attack for sure. Again, now we'll watch it. Regular speed, inside of the thigh. That has a chance to hit the femoral artery, which is a death move actually. And over the top, you're striking the top of the leg. You go home. He does it. All right, here we're showing attacks from a front choke, or responses to the attack. One was stomach, that underneath the arm, oh my gosh. Now he's showing a general ability to strike anywhere along that open area. And then, of course, striking up into the arms while they're still on your throat. It's a very good thing. So here he's now back. We're taking piece by piece. He's right at the stomach or chest area. Take a nice twist. That hurts a lot. That underarm thing, I can't tell you how much that hurts. Also, if they have body armor on, that's not where it's armoring. It's completely open. Showing the various aspects of attacking the side again, anywhere along that side, from the hip all the way up to the armpit. And then he's coming up underneath and attacking the arms as they're choking him. He's holding on to them too so they don't go anywhere, but and we'll look at it again. So not relieving the choke, letting them do their thing, keeping those arms straight and ready for you to attack, holding on to them, pinning them, striking up underneath. And that's how you do that. Here we're coming from a grab to your clothing and a punch. He blocks the punch and is now striking up underneath in that armpit again. Man, oh man, oh man. That really painful. And also showing, of course, you can come down and hit and twist on the side as well. So it's easy to do. Got to make that block, stop him from punching you. He's grabbed you, and we see that quite often. It's one of the number one things out there. And he's coming right up into that armpit and twisting and shouting. Repeated strikes, which is good. And then he comes in and shows you that he can hit into the side and make that twist too. So pretty large target all in all. You don't have to be very precise to hit the side itself. Maybe the armpit, but not the side itself. In regular speed, again striking up in that armpit, very tender, very bad. And of course block the punch, and how you can come in on the side, big large target there. Here comes from a front choke, both hands front choke, and he's capturing and then striking the neck now with a nice twist. That's a potential death move. And now he's striking down in a nice pick for fashion, and then back up to the temple in our regular holding the points top. Now here he's showing his strike to the side of the neck, which is potentially a very dangerous strike. You can hit carotid arteries and veins. That's going to end the day. That's going to end the fight right there. No questions asked about that one. And a good twist, which he's showing again. Now he's actually down to the changing from the points up to the points down and hitting behind the clavicle in the neck area. Very painful. And again, doing it more than once. Now he's going back to switching again, if you notice his hand. He's going back to points up and back into the temple again. So he's doing a lot of hand switching, which we'll have to work on. But that is going to cause a lot of damage, no doubt about it. Hitting the neck, hitting the temple, hitting the ear like that. Really incredibly powerful hits in that spot between the clavicle. Again, this is from a front choke, two hands, and into that temple with an ear there. End of sentence. Here we're going on to a little bit more of an advanced technique here. This is the weapons disarms. We're going to run into weapons for sure, and we'll take this piece by piece. Here's the weapons laws. We have to clear the angle of attack of the weapon, control the weapon, disarm the weapon, and neutralize the threat. Now, sometimes just disarming itself neutralizes the threat, so it's one of those things that you don't have to kill the person. You can take the weapon yourself, give it to the cops, whatever. Throw it in the water, someplace you can't get it. But again, clear the weapon, the angle of attack of the weapon. You then, with his hand, so it can't come back at you, control the weapon. He's going to hold on to that slide, and the slide does move at 300 miles an hour, so, but that little bit, not going to be a big deal. He's coming up to attack the thumb, so to release the grip, in which case it will ultimately, he'll let go, and he's going to rotate the weapon out of that hand, just in case he doesn't completely let go, and he will have the weapon. That's a place where neutralizing, again, the weapon isn't about killing the opponent. It's taking that threat out. We'll see it now more piecewise here. Here we go. We're clearing the weapon, angle of attack of the weapon. When it shoots, it's going to pass him. He's going to block it from coming back at him and take control. Attack the wrist in this case. And stab and twist, which is going to tear up those wrist tendons and muscles. Yep. And that will open up his hand, and he can start the rotation of the weapon to get it out of there. And the weapon is now his. Again, here we go. Clear the angle, control, attack the thumb. The reason why we show both thumb and wrist is the thumb is a little bit more of a precise target, and the arm is not, a little bit broader target, so you can do that nicely. The weapon is now his. Now we'll see it in normal speed, so you can see what's going on. Your brain can put all the pieces together, and that's how you do that. And you can see here is a rear naked choke, our buddy. In this case, Master Inger is going to create some space between his neck and keep breathing, and then attack that arm. And obviously, hey, you can swing back and maybe catch his face or head as well. So we'll take it step by step here. Here he's pinned, but he's coming up with his tool to be able to attack. And also this shows him with his left arm pulling down to get air at the same time he's getting set up to attack. Once he's attacking, he's hitting, stabbing, twisting, and that's got to be hurting. You could also scrape up and down the arm too, just with the points, sharp points. But here he's showing it again. A little closer shot, pulling down that arm so he can get a little breath. Now, the rear naked choke is a blood choke, but you're moving the arm off the carotids. In this case now, he's swinging the tool backwards in hope. You can't see anything, but the head's back. There's going to be one side or the other. You might get lucky, in which case you can just keep going at it if you have to. Doesn't let you go. And now we'll take a look at the whole thing in without stop action. Again, getting the breath, getting set up, striking that arm, twisting, scraping the arm if need be, scraping up and down the arm, and then going after the head too, just if we're lucky. And that's how you do that.